Hey guys, AuspiciousAussie here, and welcome to episode 47 of The Road to Glory here with Kyler Adams. Now, previous episode was great. It really was good. However, we're essentially starting fresh now because we had our big pay-per-view. It was El Dia Nacional de Lucha, which is, I'm pretty sure it's a very special event that all Mexican companies in the Cverse do. Let's have a look. If I go back to news, yeah, so as you can see, CILL and EMLL both having the same exact show. So I'm assuming it's kind of like a national wrestling event. Oh, south of the border had it as well. Oh wow, a 100A star. I mean, you don't really see those very often. We have El Leon defeating Soul Taker to retain the Campeonato del Mundo in front of 50,000 people. Okay, that's pretty cool to see. They also got a 98 as well, with Rick Law defeating Rich Money. I think they're both American, aren't they? Yeah, they're both American. I mean, Rick Law would be a great signing as well. What I should do, let's do this. Let's go to south of the border. And what I want to do is sign everybody. Not sign everybody, but we'll shortlist everybody on their roster. Okay, there we go. Alright, with that said, let's just advance. And we'll get into our first TV show following our big event. Now, obviously, from the fallout of El Dia Nacional de Lucha, we've got a few little storylines that we're going to run with as a result of what happened at the pay-per-view. With the first one really being the whole Cosmic Rider Phoenix 3 situation. So we're gonna book towards that. And spoilers, but they're gonna break up as a tag team. Even though they're not actually a real tag team, but storyline purposes, it kind of makes sense. We're also going to bring in a new face tag team. The Outlaws. Who are the Outlaws? Saeed Ali and Mimic. Okay, interesting. I do realize that I didn't actually bring in the Confederation of the Territories, any of the titles for our big event. I am planning on doing that, but we're going to do it at this event instead. Dia de los Muertos, which is our other big event. I kind of wanted to, just focus on our own talent for our biggest show of the year. But that one's really big as well. We might do a little bit of an invasion angle. I'm not 100% sure on that. Let me know if you would like to see that down below in the comments. Also, don't forget to drop a like on the video. And also subscribe if you haven't done so already. Alright, so I'm assuming this is protege stuff. Yeah, there we go. Tricolor Jr. passing on tips on the microphone to his protege Phoenix 4. I would kind of prefer if he was passing on psychology, but beggars can't be choosers. And then we've got... Okay, so he's passing on psychology to Mdicos, so I guess that's a bit of a positive. Let's do a rib here. Let's rib. There we go. Successful rib on Brooke Tyler. But unfortunately, it did not increase our backstage rating. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is we are going to have a rematch for the tag team titles, the Parejas titles. And it is going to be the champions, the Suffering. And they are once again going to be taking on Cosmic Rider and Phoenix 3. And then what's going to happen... That's not... Why did I do the Suffering there? That's so strange. I wanted the Eternal Kings. I'm a bit all over the place today. There we go. And we're going to give Lopez the victory. I really want to try and get rid of his morale issues that he's got currently. So let's go Called, Open, Slow Build, Decisive. And then I'm going to have a Distraction on Phoenix by Phoenix 4. There we go. And yeah, of course, the titles are going to be on the line. It's essentially the rematch clause. Then up next, we're going to have... Who are we going to have? Let's go with Yellow Flash. Do we have any upper mid-carders? I guess, yeah, North Star Jr., that makes sense. And then let's go with Silver Tiger. Gonna give Silver Tiger the victory. I'm assuming we can call the match, right? I mean, barely. Alright, there we go. So we'll go with those two. What else do we need to do? I think... Following on from that, I mean, I would like to book angles. So let me book an angle before Silver Tiger's match. Because this is the sort of storyline I'm going with at the moment. And basically, this angle for Silver Tiger prior to his match against North Star is him saying that he believes he deserves a shot at the Universal title. And he thinks that El Critico is not going to be able... He's not going to be able to beat him, basically. He says that, you know, he got a victory over Angel of Mercy at the pay-per-view. And Silver Tiger just really doesn't rate Angel of Mercy at all. So there's no, you know, there's no reason as to why El Critico should be facing a guy like Angel of Mercy when there's superior talent on the roster, such as Silver Tiger. And of course, he's coming off a victory there as well. So that one, that's kind of self-explanatory. Let me do a Eternal Kings angle as well. So Lopez, and then we need to go with Marcos. Okay. Let's book the rest of the matches now, because I wanted to get those two things, at least, well, at least the Silver Tiger angle anyway. Now, the real thing that I'm kind of torn up about is Kyler. Now, I wanted Kyler to win that match for the Mexico title. And I think it's time we get a new champion. Actually, I might do it on the next show. Let's do it on the next show. Now, the thing I want to do right now, this is going to be our new face tag team. It was a suggested comment on, I think, episode 42, 43, maybe? I can't remember. It's one of those two, I think. And that was the two Japanese members of our roster. So we got Motoyuki Miyake, and then we also have Takashita. So we're going to put them, and they can actually take on, I guess, yeah, the Suffering. We were going to use the Suffering before. We do already have Weird and Wacky, which Takashita is a part of. But let's see if he can sort of partner up with his countrymen. And of course, you know, I'm a big fan of Felipe Caballero, so we're actually going to give him the victory there. Maybe, yeah, I guess we can make that a number one contenders match. Like I said, I'm feeling I'm a bit all over the place today, and I'm feeling really indecisive about certain things. Anyway, let's do a trios match for the women. Of course, we did actually get a new champion. If you missed the last episode, Queen Amazon winning I think it was a 5-way match. Yeah, finally dethroning Mystery Pink. And I think she's like a 5-time champion or something like that. Something, maybe 6-time. Something pretty ridiculous. Anyway, we'll go Queen Amazon, Francisca, and then... yeah, Hellcat. And they can take on Dreamer, Pinky, and I think Velvet. Let's give the victory to Francisca. Alright, nice. Make that the storytelling match as well. Alright, and I guess we'll go... actually, let's go another trios. I want to get Kyler into a match. Let's have Boom Boom. Yeah, I guess El Medico and Kyler. And they can take on Atlantis. Labyrinto and Mystico. And of course we'll give Kyler the victory because he did take the loss at the pay-per-view. Alright, so for our angle, let's go Boom Boom. El Medico and Kyler. I think that's a good angle. Alright, so I noticed that we do also need one of these matches. I guess this one can be high spots. There we go. I guess if we reduce a minute off this match here, we can also do an angle, maybe for the women. Let's go with the face team, I think. Yeah, definitely. So Dreamer, Pinky Perez, and Velvet. I mean, Velvet's not great on the microphone, but at the same time, I mean, it's kind of better than nothing. Okay, that looks pretty good. Let's book a couple of pre-show matches here as well. Let's go Dragon Americano and El Critico. They are 2 singles champions to take on Hurricane and Phoenix. El Critico with the victory. And then we'll go some faces as well. Let's go Mercy and Tricolor. Take on... I guess... yeah, Strongman and Ortega. Alright, there we go. Let's run the show. Alright, so we start off with a 61C, where we have Angel of Mercy and Tricolor Jr. defeating Strongman and Alejandro Ortega in 7:49, when Angel of Mercy defeated Alejandro Ortega by pinfall with a Mercy of God. No improvements, but that's a pretty good tag team match. Anyway, moving on to a 66C+, where we have Dragon Americano and El Critico defeating Hurricane and Phoenix 4 in 10:01, when El Critico defeated Hurricane by pinfall with a critical mass. And El Critico was head and shoulders above everybody else. Nice 75 in-ring there for him. And we start the show off with an 80B for our trios face team angle with Boom Boom, El Medico, and Kyla. We also have Boom Boom improving in acting, so bit of Kyla rubbing off there. Maybe El Medico, who knows. Anyway, they go into a 68C+ for their trios match, where we have the team of Boom Boom Jamaica, El Medico Jr., and Kyla Adams defeating Atlantis Jr., Labyrinto Jr., and Mystico in 9:54, when Kyla defeated Atlantis by pinfall with a K trigger. Good match. We also have Atlantis improving in technical skills, and Kyla Adams improving in performance skills there as well. Not too sure what it can be, because I think most of his performance stats are capped. Like his basics, psychology, selling. Well, I'm not sure about his selling. His selling might still go up. It's just very, very slow. Anyway, we go into a 56C- for the women's trios angle, where we also have Velvet Juarez learning to show more charisma. So that's nice. Happy about that. Their match gets a 60C. It's pretty well rated, where we have Queen Amazon, Francisca Marcos, and Hellcat Hernandez defeating Electric Dreamer, Pinky Perez, and Velvet Juarez in 9:39, when Francisca defeated Velvet by pinfall with a high-rise elbow drop. Good match. We then go into a 64C. I have to say that's pretty good. I mean, there's no chemistry between them, unfortunately, but Miyake and Takashita doing well. Anyway, the Suffering do defeat them in 9:03, when Felipe defeated Takashita by pinfall with a Caballero drop. But yeah, I have to say, that's impressive. I think we'll make him a tag team anyway. I'm probably just going to call them Miyake and Takashita, as, you know, they're not going to be around for forever, so it doesn't really matter too much what they're called. Anyway, we also have Felipe Caballero improving in technical skills as a result. We then go into a 94A for an entertainment angle by Silver Tiger. A 94A scripted as well. And as you can see, this segment deserved better announcing as well. 1 point away from an A-star. Pretty crazy. Anyway, moving on to his match. That was also his promo, essentially making himself the #1 contender. But yeah, the High Spots match getting a 79B for a 10-minute High Spots match, where we have Silver Tiger defeating North Star Jr. in 10:10 by pinfall with a Silver Tiger driver. This guy is, he's getting over. He's definitely getting over. No improvements. Moving on to another 79B, this time for the Eternal Kings angle. Of course, going over their plan backstage, bit of a promo. And of course, they do have their Parejas titles and their trios titles hung over their shoulders. And the main event getting us a 74B- for the Parejas rematch, where we have the Eternal Kings defeating Cosmic Rider and Phoenix 3 in 20:30, when Nicholas Lopez defeated Phoenix by pinfall with a Lopez Buster. During the match, we also had Phoenix 4 distract Phoenix 3. The Eternal Kings making defense number 1 of their Campeonatos de Parejas Oli titles. Yeah, pretty good match. Happy with that. And again, playing into the whole Dos Phoenix that we are going to bring in soon enough. Overall show rating getting us a 78B. Not really expected. But that was a really, really good show. I mean, the fact that our High Spots match got a 79B, beating our main event, it's pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. Also, Silver Tiger, he's got to be the figurehead. Not our figurehead, obviously, but he's got to be the sort of ace of the company at the moment. Definitely taking over from Nicholas Lopez. And hopefully Kyler will be his number 2. Alright, so let's check the mail. TV rating getting a 0.65 there, so yeah, it's looking pretty good. Still really respectable. How long do we have on our broadcasting deal? We have 29 days, so in 29 days, we will actually be moving to a new TV station, which is La Red de la Lucha, which I've basically been going on about for, I want to say, probably the last 10 episodes, whether it be when we were with Summit Wrestling or even now. As you can see, La Red de la Lucha, medium coverage in Mexico. We are actually able to go on to their station right now, but we do have the broadcasting deal. I'm assuming it prevents us, does it not? I guess it doesn't. But for, I mean, realism, I say that with, finger quotes. For realism purposes, let's just let our TV deal run out. It's not a massive difference. I mean, it kind of is. Very small going to medium with coverage in America as well. I mean, on this station, our coverage in America is literally bigger than our coverage in Mexico right now. So that's pretty interesting. Anyway, I also noticed that EMLL have an event deal for their pay-per-views on Canal Tres, which I think is pretty cool. They essentially overtook from us. What's the popularity? Oh, just regional. Okay. Well, I suppose that kind of makes sense. They're probably a regional company, I guess. Yeah, regional. Okay, well, with that said, let's just advance. Actually, let's make our team first. So we need to make... Where is he? Motoyuki Miyake. And... Takashita. Miyake and Takashita. I mean, let's suggest a name. I actually really like that name. Literally one suggest. And we get Team Burning Fury. Which sounds kind of badass, I have to be honest. That sounds really cool. Alright, Team Burning Fury. It's a bit of a mouthful, but, I mean, it works. And they look like such badasses. They really do. I mean, should we make their finisher like the Burning Hammer? I mean, that'd be pretty cool. Anyway. Let's get into our second show here. This episode's not going to be too long. I'm going to try and keep it to 1 hour. Ooh, Champagne Lovers Contract. Gotta love that popularity, don't you? Absolutely ridiculous. Alright, so there we go. 1 month left. I had plans to actually sign the Gatekeeper. I feel like he could be a really good authority figure. Anyway, doesn't matter now. I guess we can try and find one, or find another one in the future. I kind of had a bit of a plan to do a similar type deal to Triple H with the Authority. And have the Gatekeeper come in. And then for Kyler to turn heel. Would have been pretty interesting, but I was going to save that for Cult. But unfortunately, as you can see, south of the border re-signed him. Alright. Alright, so let's check on here. So Atlantis Jr., his contract is running out. I have kind of enjoyed him being around. Believe it or not, I think he's actually been pretty good. I mean, the only downside is he's actually relatively expensive. Oh, would you look at that? That would have been a cool job to go to. CZCW. But as you can see, I think they might even be behind Summit at this point. Yeah, interesting. They kind of look like they're on a bit of a decline, if I'm being honest. Let's have a look. So they're 18th. What is Summit? 17th. There you go. Have they lost all their... They've lost all the popularity that I built up in the southeast, southwest? I think it was southwest. How did that happen? Yeah, look, I got it up to 26, basically, which that's when we left. And since then, I mean, it lasted 3 months. I guess they put on no shows in the region. And then automatically dropping down from 25 down to 17. Man, that's brutal. That is brutal. Okay. That kind of upsets me. I really do hope in TEW 2020 that the booking aspect of the AI, like the computer, you know, the whole simulation, the AI bookers decide to, you know, run in other regions and run more shows per month than just one. Because, I mean, all the regional companies don't ever really grow, if that makes sense. They're really stagnant. And most of them, well, at least a decent amount of them go under, go bankrupt and stuff like that. So I really do hope that's something that has changed. I know that there has been a lot of work into it, so I'm going to assume that that's something that has been looked at and probably altered. I think they're making it a lot easier for regional companies to get on TV. Anyway, we finished first in the regional battle. Cabrera can now wrestle, I guess, in Japan. The Pride Glory tour ended here as well. And yeah, Pride Glory going in for Austin Smooth yet again. I mean, it's a little bit annoying because I was kind of thinking about pushing him. But he might be... I mean, he's so over in Japan. That's crazy. Just from a few tour contracts. As you can see, he's been on 2 different tours with them. And, well, I guess he just finished a tour. October. Yeah. So he finished a tour a little bit earlier in the year. Went from February to June, and I guess July to October, or July to September is probably the other tour. Okay, interesting. All right, let's advance. We'll get into this this next TV show, and we're gonna have a fatal four-way. Okay, so we've got DDF, Devious Dr. Fang causing a bit of heat. Nothing too bad there, I guess. Another successful rib there, and Cosmic Rider seeing the funny side as well. But it doesn't increase our backstage rating, so that's a little bit annoying. Anyway, let's do our fatal four-way. So it's going to be Dragon Americano taking on El Medico, taking on... I wanted to do Felipe, but I don't think I will. Maybe Austin? Yeah, let's go Austin. He deserves it. Like I said, I did want to push him. At least a little bit anyway. And finally, we'll go with Kyler, who is a face. So we'll get Kyler in there as well. 20 minutes, going to be our main event. Mexico title on the line. No winner is going to be set, so we are going to have a new champion. And we definitely have some talented workers in this match. If Dragon Americano can retain, I will be very, very surprised. And there we go. Alright, up next, let's go with the number one contenders match for the tag team titles. And let's have Weird and Wacky take on... Yeah, we'll go Absolute Power. And then we're going to give the victory to Major Juanta. So number one contenders match. New number one contenders there. Then I guess I want to give Silver Tiger another match. So Silver Tiger can take on... Can he take on Aichi? I mean, he can, but it's not going to be a high spots match. I guess we'll go Yellow Flash. We might even put... Oh, I don't think El Critico can do color commentary. I'm not sure. But I think it can be called as well. There we go. Let's do an angle between them. So let's have Silver Tiger. And he's basically, in this angle, he's going to call out El Critico for not responding last week. And then El Critico is going to come out after his match and basically confront him. They have a bit of a war of words with each other. Bit of an intense stare down, and basically El Critico says it's on like Donkey Kong. And yeah, we'll book the title match there for our next pay-per-view, which is Revolucin. Yeah, nice. I mean, Silver Tiger could be our new Universal Champion. That'd be pretty exciting. It is going to be heel versus heel, or Rudo versus Rudo. But either way, I think that's pretty badass. Anyway, so for our women's match, we're going to do the Crown, and they're going to take on the team of Strella Blanca and Electric Dreamer. Never mind. Lauren Easter and Electric Dreamer. I feel like we've done this match quite a few times before. Anyway, Lauren Easter is going to pick up the victory on the champion, Queen Amazon. There we go. Setting up a title match at Revolucin, or Revolucin. What else do we need to do? We need a promo for... Let's go with Kyla. I want to give Kyla a pre-main event, non-scripted angle. You better get an A. That's all I can say. I'm expecting a B+ or better. And hopefully you can pull it off. Anyway, we need one more match. Let's go a trios. Let's actually go a trios title match. Let's go with a double title match on the TV show. So it's going to be Heroes, the Heroes stable. And they're going to take on... Let's go Cosmic... I mean, that's kind of a bit played out. Let's go Labyrinto, Atlantis, and... Strongman? Yeah, it works. It works. Let's go 9 minutes. We'll set no winner, so the other guys can get the win if they so deserve it. Or if the game thinks they deserve it for some reason. Storytelling match as well. And we only have room for one more angle. Do I want to give it to the women, or do I want to give it to Heroes? That is the question. Let's give it to Heroes, I think. Angel of Mercy, Nicholas Lopez, and Marcos Flores. Alright, and that'll start our show off. Book some more angles. Let's go boom boom. Not more angles, more... See, I told you, I'm all over the place today. Some more... Well, some pre-show matches to get on the card. So Boom Boom and Tricolor can take on Mystico and Mobstar, I guess. Haven't really used Mobstar. Still, I want to push him, but I don't know if I want to push him as a single star. That's the only thing. I mean, what I could do is bring in some other guys from GSW to form a stable with him. I do like him with Austin Smooth, but I do see Austin as a potential upper mid-card talent for us once we go cult. Whereas I kind of see... I see him in the same sort of way, Mobstar, but honestly, I just don't see him as a singles champion, if that makes sense. I just don't see it in his future. I don't know. I might be wrong. I might change my mind, but I think that could be a good way to give him some more match time, some more angles as well. Maybe bring in Froshaw. Maybe... I don't really want to bring Buster Cat back in, but I will if I have to. But there could be... There's another guy, Hustle Mother, that I was looking at for a while. He's quite good as well, quite talented. Obviously, Cali Slick, still kind of an option. Maybe Gravedigger, who is actually his tag team partner, who I didn't bring in for Summit. Maybe I do that and we have Dead Man Walking, which is their tag team. That could be an option. Froshaw in there as well. And I think Froshaw and Mobstar are a tag team in a few different companies. And of course, I think they're former Confederation of the Territories World Tag Team Champions as well. So that could be quite interesting. Anyway, for this other pre-show match, let's go with Cosmic Rider and El Critico. And they can take on Phoenix and Yodo Aichi. Okay, never mind. let's go with Slayer. Let's go Alejandro Ortega. And basically, I'm doing that because he needs the match time more than someone like Cosmic Rider, for example. And this is more of a young lions type match that you would see commonly in Japan, with the one sort of experienced wrestler in the match, everyone else sort of a youngster getting some experience. Anyway, that looks like a pretty good show, so let's run it. And we start off with a 65C, where Alejandro Ortega and El Critico have excellent chemistry when tag teaming together. That's unexpected. But also a pleasant surprise, I have to say. Even though they're going to be another heel team. And I have no idea what to call them. Hopefully you suggest a name will be kind to me yet again. But they do indeed defeat Phoenix 4 and Yodo Aichi in 9:58 when El Critico defeated Yodo by pinfall with a critical mass. And then, as you'd expect, El Critico head and shoulders above all the youngsters. But we do have Phoenix 4 improving in performance skills there. So, oh my god, he got an 84 in-ring. Oh, wow. He definitely carried the match. And the other match getting us a 69C+, where we have Boom Boom Jamaica and Tricolor Jr. defeating Mystico and Mobstar in 10:07, when Boom Boom defeated Mobstar by pinfall with a drop the boom. And yeah, Mystico being the weak link there, but that's fine. Anyway, we start the show off with the Heroes stable, getting a 74B-. We also have Nicholas Lopez improving in acting. I mean, he's a young man, talented young man at 43 years of age. Moving into the Trios title match, getting a 62C, where we have Heroes defeating Atlantis Jr. and Urban Gladiators in 8:43, when Nicholas defeated Atlantis by pinfall with a Lopez Buster. Angel of Mercy and the Eternal Kings making defense number 3 of their Campeonatos de Trios titles. Yeah, pretty good match, as you'd sort of expect. We then go into a 71C+ for the women's tag, where we have Lauren Easter and Electric Dreamer defeating the Crown in 9:43, when Lauren defeated Queen Amazon by submission with a figure 4 leg lock. And of course, that does set up their match. Make it 2 out of 3 falls. Again, Kyla just really doesn't understand Mexico and what they consider to be a special match. And we're going to go with Queen Amazon, Lauren Easter, if I can find her name, with the Mujeres title on the line. Pretty happy with that. We also have Lauren improving in Rumble skills. But she was actually the weakest link in the match. Impressive to see Brooke getting a 61. But it is Brooke Tyler. She's pretty incredible. Anyway, moving on to another 93A. Another A-rated angle from Silver Tiger. This dude is crazy. Silver Tiger is my new MVP. That's going to be the title of this episode. He is something else, man. I think he has to be our champion going into Cult. I'm not going to book him to win the title, but boy, do I hope he wins it. Crazy stuff. Anyway. What? I should just make his high spots matches the main event of every show. 80B, surpassing last week's high spots match as well. I cannot believe that. That is pure craziness. Anyway, Silver Tiger defeating Yellow Flash in 10:05 by pinfall with a Silver Tiger driver. 79 in-ring performance there. We then go into an 87B+, where we have El Critico responding to Silver Tiger after him Well, after he called him out prior to the match. And of course, like I said, they go back and forth. Intense stare down, calling each other hideous names in Spanish. You know, puta madre. I think that's son of a bitch, if I'm not mistaken. I might be wrong. I have no idea what I just said, really. And also my pronunciation's probably terrible. Anyway, let's book the match in. It's going to be 2 out of 3 falls. Because why not? I feel like they're more special than a singles match with 1 fall. And let's go El Critico, the champion, taking on Silver Tiger, the MVP. And hopefully, new champion. It's not that I've gone off El Critico, because he's actually still doing really amazing. You know, for his age as well. He's no spring chicken. But, yeah, Silver Tiger, there's something about him. He's just kicked in a gear, man. He really has. Anyway, we then go into the number 1 contenders match for the tag team titles, where we get a 66 C+. And we have Absolute Power defeating Weird and Wacky in 10-16 when Major Juanta defeated Extranjero Loco by submission with a boot camp clutch. Yeah, good match. Lots of improvements. We've got Extranjero Loco improving in flying and performance skills. And then we also have Takashita improving in performance. Alright, so let's get this match booked in as well. Tag team match for the Parijas titles. Absolute Power and the Eternal Kings title on the line. Hopefully we'll make it a 20-minute match. Moving on. Oh! Oh! He did it. Our boy did it. Well, he didn't do it. But he did something. He did something special. That is a 100 A-star angle from Kyler Adams. Now, I was talking about Silver Tiger. I still think Silver Tiger is the MVP at the moment. But you have to say, my pushing style for Kyler at the moment, even though he lost his last match, I mean, he has to win this one. He has to win the Fatal 4-Way. Come on. Come on, Kyler. Alright, the main event getting a 75 B-. And he's done it. Kyler Adams defeating El Medico Jr., Austin Smooth, and Dragon Americano in 1932 when Kyler Adams defeated Austin Smooth. Okay, they've got a new rivalry right there. That is perfect. By pinfall with a K-trigger, Kyler Adams wins the Campeonato del Mexico Ole title. Yes. Yes, he finally did it. And he still wasn't the best performer in the match. El Medico beating him with a 69 in-ring. But Kyler was second there with a 64. So, very close between him and El Medico. And I have to say, I'm super happy about that, man. We are going to do a rematch for the title. Yeah, I guess we'll go singles. 2 out of 3 falls, obviously. And our new champion, Kyler Adams, with a 100 A-star angle, unscripted, is going to be taking on the former champion, cashing in his rematch clause, Dragon Americano. And that's all going to be in the next episode. But that is a show. That is a show. What is our... Oh, okay. We also have Austin Smooth angry because Dragon Americano almost injured him with a botched move. Okay. 81B for that show, man. That is crazy. And again, increasing our popularity in 3 regions, but 81B for the TV show. Oh, I can't believe that. Crazy. First title in Ole. 0.75 for our Batalla Eterna TV rating. I'm actually kind of curious to see what it's going to be like when we go to La Red de la Lucha. Anyway, check our popularity. We're still at a 47. And we're actually up to a 63 in West Central Mexico. Which is very high. 55 C- importance there. And I think we need to get 66 C+. C+? I think it might be a C+. Anyway, 66 importance is what is needed in, I think, all 3 regions of Mexico to become national. So, we're also getting relatively close to that in regards to West Central. Anyway, 43 importance there for Northern Mexico, which is what is going to turn us cult once we gain 4 more points. That's perfect. Let me check the popularity of Kyler Adams right now, because new champion, 100 A-star promo, he's up to a 46D. 45 there in Northern Mexico and a 44 in Southeastern. The guy is over. He is over. I pushed him to the moon. New champion on his own, might I say. He won that title on his own. Yeah, I mean, can you believe it? He is currently the Campeonato del Mexico Early champion. Alright, well. What happens next? That is the question. I think I want to put him in a tag. We're going to have issues between Austin and Dragon Americano now. They're going to have a simmering tension. I think I want to let's give Kyler a title defense against Slayer, because Slayer's going to be leaving the company. So I feel like that's only right to give him a title loss on his way out. Maybe we do the same for Atlantis Jr., because we do want to give Kyler a few defenses, because, I mean, it's looking like he's probably not going to be in the mid-card for too long, now that he's the champion. Man, I can't believe that. That 100 A-star, like a perfect promo. Literally a perfect promo leading into his title victory in a fatal 4-way match in the main event. I mean, you couldn't write it. You could not write it. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Are they cult? Oh, shit. The Revolucin Australian Wrestling job has just become available. I mean, we have to. We literally have to. They're a cult company. We can apply. Man, if that happens... I mean, let's look at some of their roster, for starters. Not to mention, it's in Australia, which is obviously the country where I live and I was born in. Obviously, not Kyler's natural birthplace, but that doesn't matter too much. Okay. Nathan McKenzie. Absolute beast. Absolute beast. Only a lower mid-carder, and that's the type of talent he is. Let's look at Kerry Wayne. Kerry Wayne. Absolute beast. Who else do we have? We've got Captain Wrestling 2. Just look at this guy. Just look at him. I mean, the only downside to him is the fact that he's a face. Let's look at his popularity as well. Yeah, 87B+. Now, I don't want to get my hopes up about this job, but I'm going to assume that we're probably on the radar, or Kyler's on the radar for them right now. Just looking through their roster, man, they've got some talent. They really do. This would be, I mean, Suit McCarthy is literally their figurehead, and this guy, as you can see, can play a face or a heel. He might be the guy that gets a 100 A-star match out of Kyler Adams, the figurehead of the company. I mean, that would be something else. And as you can see, popularity absolutely incredible. I don't know, man. I don't know. Part of me doesn't want to leave Ole because we're literally building something really special with them. But it's like, how can I not leave? Do you know what I mean? Like, how can I not leave when there is this much talent? I mean, again, I'm getting ahead of myself. We don't actually even have the, the accepted application. So let's just wait and see. We'll give it a week. And then I'm going to make a decision. But yeah, there we go. So we also have Seth Whitehead walking out on Summit Wrestling, man. What is going on there? Dude, Seth is the OG. One of the OGs. I don't believe that. That sucks for him, man. Never would have happened if I was still in charge. We also have Austin Smooth signing for his tour with Pride Glory. Eddie Chandler would have been a pretty decent pickup had he been able to work in Mexico. Anyway, let's advance. Let's get back into the TV show. Really want to get this one done and see what happens. Yeah, so Austin and Dragon Americano, we're going to have to start meddling between these two. No effect this time. Man, this series is like just heating up. It seems like every episode. Like, I started recording this episode, and I was literally not expecting anything to happen. Anything special, anyway. And not only has Silver Tiger impressed me, he's been getting consistent B-rated matches for 10-minute high spots, but we have Kyler hitting a 100 A-star angle on Entertainment, unscripted. Then, in the subsequent match, winning his first ever title, when I didn't book a winner for the match. And yeah, now the Raw job is available. Obviously, Australia being my birth country, that excites me greatly. I've never actually even booked. I've never had a save with Raw. I've never used a company before. So even in itself, that would be incredibly intriguing and interesting for me in that regard. Anyway, let's book Kyler's match first. So we're going to have Kyler taking on Slayer. Title is going to be on the line. Just a 10-minute match. And of course, Kyler, we want to give him a few defenses, or at least one defense, if we are going to leave. There we go. Title on the line. Hopefully he gets another 100 A-star. That would be special. Alright, next, we need a main event. Let's let's go tag match. Now, part of me doesn't want to do this. Ooh, he's down to a 65, man. That's not good. Flores still a 63. I don't know. I don't know. I was gonna go the Eternal Kings to take on. Let's do it. Let's do it. Eternal Kings are gonna take on El Critico and Silver Tiger. And basically these two, they're not going to get along. They're versing each other at the pay-per-view. Tag team or the Prihas titles are going to be on the line. It's a massive main event. literally announced as the show is commenced. So all the fans in attendance have no idea what the main event is, and then this match gets called. And as you can imagine, it's a pretty high level match. Let's go Lopez for the victory. I was gonna give it to Marcos, but I want to see if we can get Lopez's popularity back up 2 points to a 67. Alright, there we go. And obviously, like I said, the story of the match, these two not getting along. Silver Tiger not wanting to tag out when he needs to El Critico. El Critico, holding out his arm, pulling it away, and then, giving him the middle finger, basically. That's how you can imagine the sort of end of this match to go. And then obviously, Nicolas Lopez taking advantage. Up next, let's go with a singles match. Let's go Dragon Americano to take on El Medico. El Medico up in mid-card now. Kind of want to give it 20, but we'll give it 10. Dragon Americano is going to get a tainted victory. Can we make this? I don't think we can make it high spots, can we? I think we can. I think we can actually make it high spots. So we'll chuck that there. Let's go a women's tag. We'll have the Crown take on Estrella and Velvet. We'll give the Crown a victory because they did lose that last match. So we'll give Queen Amazon the win. Doesn't matter who loses. And it's going to be script and decisive. Okay. That's going to go there, I guess. And I guess we'll go with a trios match as well. Let's go with Evil Inc. So we'll go. Let's go Hush, Devious Dr. Fang, and Samael. And they can take on Extranjero Loco. Yeah, we'll go Maruyuki Miyake and Takashita. So a bit of a combination there of Team Burning Fury and Weird and Wacky. We'll give the victory to Hush. He's on a bit of a negative momentum spiral. So we'll try and cut that off. We'll make that the storytelling match as well. And then we want to give Kyla his angle. I mean, we're only just starting to get Kyla over. So if we leave for Australia, he's going to have to start all over again with basically zero popularity. Let's have a look at his popularity for 1 second. Yeah, as you can see, he's got 2 popularity in Australia. So that sucks. Anyway, let's do the rest of our angles. Let's go it just sucks that Queen Amazon can't speak on the mic. She can kind of do menace, I guess. So I think we'll try. Do like entertainment plus menace. Alright, that works. It probably won't do too well, but doesn't really matter. Let's go with El Medico. Because he's obviously going to take a loss. And I do want him to get his angle in, hopefully to outweigh his popularity loss. And then finally, let's go with El Critico and Silver Tiger again. I kind of want to do Silver Tiger by himself to see if he can get another A. But who knows, he might actually be able to raise El Critico into the same level as him at the moment. And that would be something special. Alright, there we go. Let's book some pre-show. So let's go with... let's go New Wave Outlaws, and they can take on Hurricane and Aichi. Give Austin the victory there. And then let's go with... I guess Urban Gladiators, maybe? And they can take on Yellow Flash and Phoenix 4. And yeah, we'll give Labyrinto the victory there. That looks pretty good to me. Alright, let's run the show. We start off with a 57 C-, where we have New Wave Outlaws defeating Hurricane and Yodo Aichi in 9:43 when Austin Smooth defeated Yodo by pinfall with a Fireman's carry cutter. Interesting finisher. And yeah, Hurricane and Aichi don't work well as a team together. So they're never going to tag team together ever again. But we do have Aichi, Yodo. We should just call him Yoda. Just one word, just call him Yoda. So similar, Yodo. Anyway, Yodo improving in both Rumble and performance skills. The second pre-show match getting a 55 C-, where we have Urban Gladiators defeating Yellow Flash and Phoenix 4 in 9:35 when Labyrinto defeated Yellow Flash by pinfall with a Labyrinto roll. Yeah, there we go. We then start the show off with a 55 C-, where we have Evil Inc. becoming the #1 trios titles contenders. I kind of messed that up. Anyway, they do defeat Extranjero Loco and Team Burning Fury in 10:23 when Hush defeated Takashita by pinfall with a stun gun. We also have Takashita improving in performance skills, so good to see, good to see. Okay, we then go into another 100 A-star promo from Kyler. He literally has D popularity, and he's pulling off 100 A-star angles. That is insane. Insane. He's an absolute hotshot. He really is. Hotshot Kyler Adams should be his new nickname. And as you can see, literally both the announcing and the color commentary were both basically bringing the angle down. So yeah, they're not even matching Kyler's level. That's insane. I'm guessing he's going to hit 100 A-stars every angle from now on. Anyway, his title match getting a 64 C. We have Kyle Adams defeating Slayer in 9:53 by pinfall with a K-trigger. Kyler Adams, makes defense #1 of his Campeonato del Mexico title. So there we go, got his first defense on the board. And it's against Slayer, who's going to be leaving. He might come back at some stage in the future with his former tag team partner, Hellspawn. So we'll wait and see on that. Maybe a bit of a, one last run, Lee. Once we're cult, probably just be on a paper appearance deal. And he might have an opportunity with Hellspawn for the Parijas titles. We'll just have to wait and see. Anyway, next angle getting a 53 C- here, where we have the Crown. And, it's actually better than I thought it would. I thought they might get a D+, so I'm happy to see that it's basically 1 point above a D+. But I'm assuming that's a lot to do with Brooke, and not a lot to do with Queen Amazon. Okay. Their tag team match getting a 62C, where we have the Crown defeating Estrella Blanca and Velvet Juarez in 9:34, when Queen Amazon defeated Velvet by pinfall with a bend the knee. Of course, their Game of Thrones finisher reference. We also have Queen Amazon improving in technical skills as well, so that's pretty good. Good to see our champion still improving. We then go into a 72B- for our Medico's angle. And of course, he's taken on the former Mexico champion. Their match getting a 71C+, where we have Dragon Americano defeating El Medico Jr. in 10:19 by submission after blatantly cheating. Cheating to win. And yeah, pulling a 71C+. We then go into an 84B+, where we have the two men that are going to take on each other for the Universal title at Revolucin. And yeah, basically just they're arguing. You know, neither of them wants to discuss the plan for the Parijas titles in the main event, which is coming up next. And that's a pretty good rating. 81B there for our main event, where we have the Eternal Kings defeating El Critico and Silver Tiger in 1958, when Nicolas Lopez defeated Silver Tiger by pinfall with a Lopez Buster. The Eternal Kings making defense number 2 of their Campeonatos de Parijas titles. Interesting. I mean, just look at the in-ring performances here. You got Marcos with a 58. You got Nicholas with a 66, which is still respectable. It's more upper, I would say upper mid-card level. Sort of similar to El Medico's ratings at the moment. We then have Silver Tiger. We've got a 79. And finally El Critico, who I believe is the same age as these two. And he got a 77. I think with either the same or less popularity, so pretty interesting. Anyway, really good show. Another 81B for the overall show rating. So that's 2 81Bs in a row, and I think the one before that was it an 80? 79 or 80? I can't remember. We can actually check, so let's check. But that is going to be the last episode, the last show of the episode. Alright, so the TV rating getting a 0.70, which is down a little bit, 0.05, but that's fine. And yeah, basically what I'm going to do to you guys, I'm screwing you over a little bit. We're going to leave it on a cliffhanger, and we're going to find out next episode if we get the head booker job of Raw. Now that would transform the series incredibly. It's a step up from regional to cult, which we're allowed to do. You're allowed to go up one company size higher than the company you're currently with. However, Raw are literally they're a national company. I believe they are when they start the game. So we'll be so close to going national. And I mean, their roster is stacked with talent. Anyways, you're going to have to watch the next episode to find out, guys. Find out what happens. Anyways, make sure you give the video a like. It's been a crazy episode. Crazy stuff has happened. Kyler's our new... Let's have a look at it here. He's our new Mexico champion. I don't believe it. Anyway. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel. We're literally about 2 weeks away from TEW 2020. I'm so hyped up. I cannot wait for the trial/beta version of the game to drop. You can believe we're going to have 2 series running. We're going to have daily TEW episodes. If you're excited, make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you have the bell notifications turned on. And apart from that, guys, as always, take it easy. And I'll see you in the next episode.